Oh, yeah. We are here again off the chest on week number 2, after week number 2. So it is our week number 2. And we got a special guest today. We got Nick Cap here as well in the studio down here in Charlotte, North Carolina, taking some time off from the NYC to get a little R&R and hanging out and chilling and watching football and boxing. He's got a little info on the boxing since I couldn't stay awake for that boxing match. Z, were you able to stay awake for the boxing match on Saturday night at 1 in the morning?
Nah, man, because I was actually out of town at my rod and gun annual clam bake.
Nice.
So I was watching Notre Dame with the woodchucks from the Adirondack Mountains.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah,
it was good, man. It was a good time. Dude, I feel like this could be a reality show on Amazon Prime, 3 men and a baby. 3 caps and me. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're maxed out on the caps today.
Do you think your wife, if I emancipated myself, do you think your wife would adopt me as a cap?
Absolutely. You're always welcome. You're always part of the family, Z-Man. You know that.
No. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this.
Yeah, you don't have to ask. Jake, how you doing over there in Providence, back in Providence? How's everything going?
Great. Doing well, guys. Good to be back.
Excellent.
Let's have at it.
Excellent. Back into the swing of things. Basketball is going to be starting up for Jake pretty soon. So I'm going to start off with a sad note, and then we'll get going. Eddie Jockman, longtime Ranger goalie, one of our first, me and Z-Man's first memories, I'm sure, of Rangers hockey on the black and white TV. I'm watching
man, we had the transistor radio with the one bud plugged in.
Yeah,
because you got go to bed.
Yeah,
and I'm I'd have it hidden under the pillow. And it'd be I don't know, it'd be Bobby Orr,
yes. And who they? They're the big whistle, Bill Chadwick with the big whistle.
Marv Albert.
And Marv Albert.
Sal Red Light, 66, WNBC Sports.
Yeah, with a lot of good memories. He was the first.
Good memories, man.
First,
he got shafted by the Rangers.
Yeah, it was bad when he came back to the Garden in the Red Wings, uniform. He was crying. I mean, that was one of the saddest things I remember watching as a kid, and it was really just to see Eddie come back.
He did the same thing to Brad Park and John Martel when he traded them to fucking Boston.
Hockey's
New
relentless,
York
brutal.
Sports teams have a legendary list of screwing.
Yeah,
their hometown heroes Bobby Mercer. That one killed me, man.
Yeah, well, those are tough ones to take. Thank God for Messier coming to the Rangers and actually, putting his freaking money where his mouth is and guaranteed to win and all that fun stuff. But anyway, Eddie, we say goodbye. Thanks for the memories. All right, moving along. We got the NFL cooking right now, but let's start with baseball. Right now, you have 2 weeks. 2 weeks for the Yankees and Mets. They're both teetering on the brink. Literally. I mean, there's 6 teams for 3 spots in both spaces. Actually, there's going to be 4 teams for 1 spot for the Mets. And then you've got, pretty much 6 teams because you have Seattle, you have the Astros, you have the Red Sox. Who am I forgetting, Z-Man?
You got the Rangers.
The Rangers, that's the other team.
The Mariners. So, I think the American League path, the Yankees have a better path.
They do.
Last night, man, they got beat by the Twins 7-1. Here's another thing, man. Off the chest, Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, he's got to get his shit together because, the Yankees, especially late in the season, get screwed because they're always that Sunday night game, and then wherever they are, they have to travel. This is the second time in 3 weeks
they did mention that
Sunday night game. And then played Monday, the next day, and got absolutely shellacked. Dude, there was no effort last night.
They did mention that. They did mention it before the game. So I have to give the guys credit. Michael Cano's guys, they mentioned it. Joe Girardi mentioned it before the game. And they said that, and they said, they took 2 out of 3. So let's see if they can take 2 out of 3. But let's talk about the Mets, who finally won on Sunday.
Are going to hold on, man.
You
I think
so?
enough is enough. Like, you know what? I think the Mets are figuring out what their shortcomings are. Like
right.
when I was out to see executive producer Mo Lapine,
yes.
and I went to the Mets AAA in Syracuse, all these young guys were there. And
right.
I just think, like, the Giants have really had to extend themselves along with the Reds to get back into this wild
sure.
card.
What about Arizona? What about Arizona?
Too?
Be careful.
I think the Mets have a favorable run for the next 2 weeks. You know what? I don't know, man. I just don't see them like
just puttering out. Yeah, I mean,
right.
I hope not.
I don't see the
that
Yankees
would suck.
either, man.
Yeah,
but you always got to remember, man. Just get there.
Yeah, no,
if
absolutely.
You get there, it all starts again.
I agree. Mets, it's a new season. It's a new season.
And like with the Mets, man, they got caught with their hands in the candy jar with their pitching staff.
Right.
They thought that they could get money, like find lightning in a bottle with Sean Manaea and Clay Holmes, making him a starter.
Right.
And they made well, but you know what? They're going to have to do better next year. You can't just rely on, this guy David Stearns, man, from Milwaukee. You're not in Kansas anymore, dude. You're in New York, and he's going to have to figure that out.
Yeah. Jake, what do you think about the Yankees and Mets? Do you think either one or both going to make it? What do you think?
No, I actually think maybe the Mets are alive. I think the Reds actually lost. If I remember correctly, they lost a couple of games in a row.
Yeah, you're right, Jake. No, you're absolutely right.
So that might help the Mets out a little bit.
Well, Arizona, if I'm the Mets, Arizona spooks me because they've been there. They got a great manager. The team is they've been in the playoffs. They spook me. The other teams, not so much, but that's my thinking. Nick, what are you thinking about the Yankees and Mets?
First of all, I just wanted to say great to be on the show. You and Z-Man doing a great job. Z-Man, you've been a great co-host. And
thanks, Nick. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I want to be referred to as Cap on this show.
Okay. You're an honorary part of the family.
Cap man.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, to be honest, I don't have much of an opinion on what's going on in Major League Baseball. You guys can speak to it more than I can. I can tell you this: as a Yankee fan, I've kind of checked out, knowing that I just don't think the Yankees. I just don't believe in them. Like I see they have the top spot in the wild card, but with Aaron Boone, the way Cashman built this team, the lack of fundamentals, defense, swinging for the fences type of baseball, not a lot of small ball. I just don't like the style of baseball.
Yeah, I'm not a big Boone guy either.
You know what, Nick? I'm buying that answer 1,000%, man.
Yeah.
You're like really spot on. The roster construction with this team has been bad for like the last 5 years. It seems like everybody gets a pass because they're in New York, and Brian Cashman's never had a losing season and whatever. And I'm just kind of like, you know what?
I mean, how many excuses are they going to make every year? It's injuries. Oh, we're not healthy. We just got to get healthy. It's every year like this. I feel like I wanted Aaron Boone gone years ago.
Yeah, and I'm buying that. And here's the other thing, Nick, that nobody talks about. Okay, so like Joe Torre was there for 8 years. He won 5 World Series.
Yeah.
Okay, but yet after the 7th year, he was on the hot seat, and he was gone in the 8th year.
Yeah, right to L.A.
Aaron Boone.
How many years has it been there?
8
for like 8 going on 9.
What do they have to show for it?
And Girardi won a World Series, and then once the team didn't make the playoffs, he was out on his ass.
I just feel like the team's being run differently than it used to be. And
definitely.
Yeah, when Girardi was the manager, I feel the expectations were much higher.
Yep.
And Boone was supposed to come in and push them over the top and win a World Series, and he's been there 7-8 years, and we got there once, last year.
Yeah.
But
what do you guys?
We got embarrassed.
What do you guys think about this? Okay, so like Cohen comes in and buys the Mets. All right, it's not necessarily a baseball question. Mm-hmm. It's more like a business question. All right, so he comes in and he starts spending money like a drunken sailor, but he's throwing his money into his team and back onto the field. and that includes hiring like supposedly one of the best GMs in the business. All right, so now like the Yankees, who are arguably outside of the Dodgers, like Major League Baseball's franchise, like watermark franchise, but yet they're being run more like a business.
Yeah.
They're looking at the bottom line.
I've been saying that too. It's all about making money instead of winning championships. At least with George Steinbrenner back in the day, he really cared about winning championships, not really about making money. I mean, he really didn't.
I'm sure he wouldn't approve.
Different. No,
I'm sure George Steinbrenner.
And listen, Hal Steinbrenner's got a multi-billion-dollar business that he's running, so I understand. But holy cow! I mean, let's go. Enough with the making money. They make plenty of money. They can win also.
Yeah.
So
to put a bow on my take here is I'm not a big fan of Major League Baseball. But when the Yankees are good, baseball's better.
Sure.
And I root for the Yankees, but
Yankees Dodgers, baby.
Let's
do it.
I just can't get behind this team. I love Aaron Judge. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, but he's got to win a World Series if he's going to be considered one of the greats. So.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 weeks basically of playoff baseball for the Mets and the Yankees, literally. So if they can get on a good streak, if they can win 2 out of 3, they're in. If they lose 2 out of 3 or go less, I mean, obviously 500 or less, then they might not be in. So let's see what happens, and we'll get back to you on our next OTC. Now, let's shift gears to Nick. We're going to talk about Nick. We're going to have Nick talk about the fight. There was a big fight Saturday night that we obviously I fell asleep. I literally got on the couch. We turned it on, and I was out within the first ring of the first round.
Oh my goodness.
So Nick, give us a quick rundown of the fight and what'd you think?
You know what? I don't have too much to say about it. I follow boxing a little bit, but it was funny because we were like, "Oh yeah, the fight's going to start at 11." I figured,
yeah, exactly.
The main card begins at 9 or 9:30. You're like, okay, they're good. The main event will be at 11. 11 comes up, and the fight still hasn't started. We're at the undercard. Then it gets to midnight, and what time? And then
1 in the morning.
Yeah,
1 in the morning.
It was like, holy
that's what I remember.
crap.
I was out like
I was not expecting it to start that late,
and I stayed up till 1 in the morning, and that's way past my bedtime.
And we were on the couch watching, watching the walk-ins and
Crawford, right? Crawford.
My father passed out before the bell rang.
Now Crawford is like the main guy now. They say this guy is like lights out.
What was the level of these fighters?
They're two top.
I think the two of the pound for pound best in the world. Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo Alvarez has been. He's one of the best. He's prodigy coming out of Mexico, and he's been fighting professionally since I think he was 15 years old. And he's won several titles. And I think I know he lost to Floyd Mayweather. That's one of the losses on his record. But Terrence Crawford, I mean, I've seen him fight a few times, and like every fight, he just looks like he can't be beaten. Like he just looks like
that's the highlights look
having his way with whoever his opponent is, and this fight looked exactly like that. Like he made Canelo look like any other boxer, and any other boxer that was matching up with him. So. Yeah. It was a pretty good fight. I mean, there was no knockouts, no knockdowns.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is like it went the distance, and I was watching an interview with Tyson. I remember when Tyson was coming up, and it was like the biggest fight I do remember is when he lost to Buster Douglas, which was like shocked the world. But I mean, those are the kind of fights that I remember. And now, like I was telling Jake and Nick this weekend about fights and about how Ali, Frazier. See, man, you remember all those big time fights.
Oh yeah,
and Hagler and Hearns and Sugar Ray and those fights to me were like they were wars. Those guys beat the hell out of each other for it seemed like every other month one of them was fighting one of the other ones and kicking the shit out but each other. I mean, going the distance, and it was that was like unbelievable. You just never knew what was going to. Now it's kind of like
now we got Jake Paul and YouTube personalities.
Yeah, you got Jake Paul
getting in the ring with
it just lost its luster. Lost its luster. But anyway,
Tyson.
Let's change gears. Now we're going to go to the NFL.
Here we go.
Where they play for pay. Now, Jake, What do you,
little Howard.
what do you think happened? What do you take away from week number 2? Any surprises? I mean, we know what the teams that I'll talk about that in a minute. But any surprise? Any teams that surprised you? Like, whoa, these guys could be pretty good. Anything, Jake?
Yeah. Well, in Daniel Jones in Indianapolis.
Very good.
Good call, Jake.
That's call.
Why, Jake, good call, man.
Surprise
of
the year so far with Daniel Jones.
They have to be one of the bigger stories.
Jake, Nick, what would he call him? Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones. That's his new nickname.
His new nickname.
That's a good call. I still agree with that, man.
Yeah, he looks like what do you say? He's the front runner for MVP right now.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he really is.
Yeah,
he is. I agree. I totally agree with that. You get no argument from me.
And
the Colts have been coming for a while, dude.
Yeah.
This guy Anthony Richardson was a bust.
Oh man, he is.
Yeah.
They went
bust.
for a Hail Mary with this guy, and they got beat. And now they got somebody that nobody talks about. When guys stop in Minnesota for Kevin O'Connell, that guy is a tremendous coach, man. He's part of the McVay tree with LaFleur from Green Bay,
Right.
him, O'Connell. These guys get it, man.
Yeah.
That's why you watch these teams, and they're perennially good.
Yep.
They're always good. There's a reason, because these guys know how to coach.
Yep. Well, I'm going to give you one right now. The old Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Baker, the touchdown maker. And let me tell you something.
Night, that was a great game last night.
Yeah, that was a great. And Baker Mayfield looks like a gamer. Like he looks, if he's on a team like this, they got some running backs, they got some good receivers, they got good coaching. I mean, they look like, to me, like, hey, they could beat anybody at any given Sunday. So,
And
I mean, that's a surprise.
Chargers.
All right.
I'm going to give you the Chargers.
Yes. I mean,
I think the Chargers, man, nobody's talking about this team.
Well,
I think this tells you about how good Jim Harbaugh is as a coach.
Yeah.
He's
I
just
agree.
good, dude.
Well, listen, he's a winning coach, and he's been to the Super Bowl, and he's won a national championship.
Yep.
I think that they have a great quarterback. If he stays healthy, they look like they can. You got to have the quarterback. I mean, another team I kind of jumped at is Atlanta Falcons. I mean, they kind of look
That's another
like
team that's drafted well. They're young. They got it going on. Bijan Robinson is a beast as a runner.
Yeah.
They got two guys that are good pass catchers on the outside.
Yep.
They probably hit a home run with Michael Penix because he fits what they're trying to do. The problem there is the injuries. Like, they're two guys, they lost two starters on their offensive line, so now they're kind of feeling their way through.
Right.
It's a long
It
season,
is.
man.
I mean, look at Burrow. I mean, he's out for 3 months. They're done. I mean, let's face it. I don't give a shit who's quarterback for them. They're done.
Bengals are 2-0.
No, I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree with that.
All right.
I think Jake Browning played 2 years ago. It's virtually the same team.
All right.
He played 7 games. He went
but
4-3. He threw for almost 2,000 yards. He had something like 14 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
Well,
give this guy a chance. But I will say this: if I was the Bengals, I would have called the Giants and tried to get Russell Wilson. It was the perfect fit for 1 year. But they believe in this guy Browning. So we'll see what happens.
What about Cousins? Go get Cousins from Atlanta.
No, too much money. The Bengals are cheap, dude.
Yeah, they are
They're
cheap.
a dollar store.
They're going nowhere.
NFL,
I can't see it.
In the NFL, the Bengals are a dollar store.
I can't see the Bengals going anywhere. I think they're done.
They are 2-0 in first place in the division, but I agree. They have problems on the offensive line and the defense. I just don't think they're built to be a real contender.
I think they're done.
Good call. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I
they're
agree.
done.
And Burrow could very well miss the entire season.
Yep. And speaking of done, these are the teams guarantee make the playoffs year after year. And as we know, our New York teams, they get all the hype. They get all the, talk, all the front page and back page of everything, and they end up just sucking it. And the Jets and Giants are the bottom of the pack, okay, along with the typical other teams. I'm sorry to say the Panthers look horrendous, although they made a nice little comeback.
That's another team, Joe. That's young, and now
I don't
they
see
got
it.
2 injuries. They got 2 injuries on the offensive line, And that leads to like one of the things I want talk about real quick is our blazing 6. We were 2-4 last week.
Yes.
Unacceptable, boys.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Well,
we're going to try to turn that around.
We'll turn that around, Z-Man. You get that going. And that's the thing about week 2. All right, week 2, week 3. The teams that are challenging for the Super Bowl, it's still a long ways to go. But the teams that suck and the teams that are not going anywhere are obviously right there in front of us because you could see what they've done. And, even if they've lost some tough games, but these teams are getting blown out. Cleveland's another one. So it's kind of like they're going nowhere fast. And it's kind of like the same old song and dance, and it's the same teams, and that really annoys me. And, I hate to say it, but the Cowboys pulled that one out. But I think the Cowboys are going to have a rough year, too. I don't think the Cowboys, I just don't see it.
You're setting me up perfectly, Joe.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Without even knowing, you're setting me up perfectly.
Go ahead.
This is great. All right, so we were 2-4 last week.
All right, hold on, Z-Man. Hold on. I got it.
the drop.
Baby. Here we go, Z-Man. Z-Man with the picks. And now we are going to get it rolling right here. All righty. We got
have this queued
our
up.
new. Yeah, I know. I had it teed up, but unfortunately.
That's right. Here,
All right.
know what they're going to say? You suck, C-Man. Buy me some beers. You suck, C-Man.
Here it comes.
Connected to the
Z-Man. 6-pack picks. Oh, yeah.
All right. Crack open the
Go
beer.
ahead, Z-Man.
good try.
Crack open the beer. We were 2-4 last week. We're not going to look past last week. Last week is done. Real quick, get your pencils together. Remember, these are Tuesday night odds. The numbers change on Sunday. Most people bet on their phones or with their neighborhood guy. So get your numbers when you can. NFL, 3 games. Chiefs, -6.5 at the Giants. Enough said. Chicago, -1.5 at home against Dallas. Joe kind of put it together. Dallas has been living by the sword. They're going to fall on it this week. And the third game is the Falcons, 6.5 at the Panthers. It's a divisional game, I get it, but the Panthers lost 2 offensive linemen last week. That's going to be real hard. The Falcons are actually good. So we're going to go to Kansas City, Chicago, and Atlanta in the NFL. And college football, 3 quick ones. We're going to take Nebraska +3 against Michigan. We're going to take UNLV -2.5 against Bowling Green. And always remember, there's always a bailout. You can always figure out a way. Take Hawaii +2.5 at home against Fresno State. That game starts at midnight on Saturday night. And if you feel like you want to make it a little more money, here's a bonus pick. Take the over 48.5. So in college, it's UNLV -2.5, Nebraska +3, Hawaii +2.5. That's our 6-pack. Break open that Miller Lite, people.
You got it, Z-Man. Let's go.
Nice, Z-Man.
Break it open. The one quick mention of the college football ranks is 2 0-2 teams that I'm kind of a little bit surprised. One is Notre Dame, although their schedule is always brutal. But the other 0-2 team is Clemson. And, so those two, well, actually 1 and 2. I think Clemson's 1 and 2 and Notre Dame's 0 and 2 because I think they only played 2 games, but Clemson played 3 games. So those are two lost teams that are a little surprising. But, in this new format, they can still come around and make it a run.
They can still come around and come back.
Yeah.
But you know what? College football is a strange thing, too, man. There's a lot of money involved. And here's something I wrote down, man, off the cuff. So we'll get this off the chest. And it's good
man.
that your son Nick is here because him and Jake could probably talk on this better than me and you, Cap. Did you see this week the amount of teams in college basketball that have kicked guys off the team and have been put on probation and stuff for gambling improprieties where they were fixing games?
Wow.
Guys were if you really want to get into this, you can go to ESPN.com.
Wow.
On the pull down menu,
Right.
go to sports betting and then look up this article.
Okay.
Because it was there last week. There are 13 programs in Division One that are now on probation.
Wow.
And I want to say Fresno State, San Jose State, and Arizona State.
No
all
kidding.
had to kick guys off their team for gambling. So going back to both your kids, all right, here's what I want to know. Like, so you guys are a little younger than me and Cap, but technology is big with your generation. Do you guys, like, you don't, like in Carolina, you can't bet on sports apps, correct?
You can now.
I think you can.
It's legal here.
Yeah, it's legal in North Carolina.
South Carolina.
Like,
So is weed.
Yeah.
Yep. Right. So is weed. Yeah. Tell me about it. I saw a lot of that this weekend.
Yep.
But like, are your like guys that you run the streets with and stuff? Do they like bet on sports?
Yeah, I think me and all my buddies, we all bet on. I mean, I wouldn't say all of them, but like, yeah, it's so easy, and you just log into the app.
Yeah, and Gas still takes action from knuckleheads.
Yeah.
So
and
he
the
just
past couple years, it's
growing. It's growing.
I think
very
the young guys are mostly doing it on their phone, and the old timers are doing it with their local bookie. You know,
yeah, with their local bookie.
Yeah.
But I mean, at some point, man, this is going to escalate to something big. I can't.
It's a problem.
I mean, we're already seeing it.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're already seeing it, exactly.
A couple NBA players have gotten in trouble for
I know. I've read. I've heard about the NBA. I didn't know that about college basketball. But this is what happens when you
NFL
legalize
players.
sports gambling. You know what I mean? There's gonna be, and anytime you have money, anytime you have billions of dollars, which is what it is, you're gonna have corruption and you're gonna have problems. I mean, that's the way of the world. That's the way of the human being. You have corruption in any way that there's money involved, and that's what's gonna happen.
And you really gotta look at these articles on ESPN because they were really well written, and it's like the cop out is. Like it's on the universities and the organization, like the leagues and stuff, to like find the way. And I'm kind of like, you watch some of the like just NFL the first 2 weeks or whatever, and like just like using like the Eagles and the Chiefs, like that. What do you call it? The tush push, where they were offsides and they scored a. I mean, dude, how blatant was that?
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. And even the field goal, which was missed by Indy, and then they said something about lining up on the center or whatever, and then they gave him 15 yards, and then a very makeable, easy field goal, and then they end up winning. I mean, listen, this is the kind of crap it's been happening with illegal gambling, and now it's happening with legal gambling. So you just kind of wonder, wow, now that it's legal gambling and there's a ton of action out there that is above board, and the NFL is aware, the NFL's in bed with these freaking DraftKings, and so you just always worry.
Joe.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball's in bed with legalized gambling. The NBA is in bed with legalized gambling. Like Jake would know.
ESPN has their own gambling site.
Yep.
Right.
I was going to say, there's probably more money in it now than there ever has been. I mean, there's millions and millions of dollars of bets being placed on these games, and so these violations are pretty serious. I actually pulled up the article, so I'll read a little bit from it now. The violations include athletes betting on and against their own teams, sharing information with third parties for purposes of betting, knowingly manipulating scoring or game outcomes, and or refusing to participate in the enforcement staff's investigation. I think that's pretty serious.
That's pretty heavy duty. It's almost criminal. It's almost criminal.
If they're throwing games or
it's
almost criminal.
Pulling that up, Nick.
It's like fraud.
I mean, really, tell our listeners, you got to really look at this, because this is something that kind of went under the radar, and I was like, wait a minute, man. And I went back and I looked at this article. And it's a powerful article.
And it's only going to get worse. I mean, the way things are now, it's going to get worse. So, I mean, it's how do you wrangle this? How do you wrangle this up?
This makes like the Pete Rose stuff seem
like peanuts.
Nothing. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly true.
Jeez. Well, we're going to be, well, how do you say it? Stay
To be
tuned.
continued.
Yes, to be continued. Exactly. Jake, how's everything up at JW? Make sure that those guys aren't betting on a JWoo games, right?
Oh yeah, no betting on the J
I
Wu
was
game.
betting on the J-Woo
No,
game.
you never know, man. You never know.
Somebody is.
You know,
Never-
the team that got
never-
busted. The team that got busted was Baruch College back in the 40s or 30s. I think they were the ones who was,
okay.
was Baruch. I think it was Baruch.
Baruch.
Yeah, Baruch
Baruch.
College in Manhattan. Yeah,
Who
and
got busted?
NYU. I'm sorry,
Who got busted?
NYU.
Baruch at Baruch?
Baruch, yeah, Baruch at Baruch. Yep. But anyway,
Baruch.
all right, guys. Well, listen, great show tonight. And thanks again for everybody listening out there. Remember, what's our email again, Z-Man?
It's offthechest84 at yahoo.com.
Yeah, let's hear from you out there. You want to get on the show? We'd love to have some people on the show.
Joe, I want to know if people are digging the fact that I'm getting emancipated and changing my name to Cap.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, Z-Man, you're always family. Always. All right, everybody. Let's give a little shout out.
I want to give
all
a
you
big
guys,
shout out to your kids.
to Nick and
Let's
Jake.
give a big shout out to
All right.
Nick and
Thank
Jake.
you, guys. Thanks for
man,
having me
the
on,
next
guys.
generation.
Yes, Nick, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate your time. And, good luck with all your music and recording and sound stuff. And we'll see you. Well, I'm sure we'll get you back on another time. Jake, we'll see you next week. Z-Man, any final words?
Cap is just capping it.
All right. Till next week from Off the Chest. We'll see you next time.